Kris Ruby, the CEO of Ruby Media Group. Great to see you, Kris. We talk about what's hot, what's not, what worked, what didn't. They were really pricey to get some ads on there. What do you think is the takeaway? Who were the real clear-cut winners this year?
So it's great to be with you today, Nicole. I definitely think the clear winner, at least on social media, was Google and the ad around Loretta. If you looked at the increase in search traffic for Loretta and then the voice and social shares that were going on around that ad, Loretta was definitely the clear winner, and people wanted to know more, which I thought was kind of interesting because if we actually look at Google, the reason this ad was so strong is because it was around Google Home, right? And they sort of collect all of this data about you, but they took that narrative and changed the narrative to something totally different that made people cry on Twitter. So in my opinion,
right, I thought it was really interesting because I heard a lot about that ad. I didn't see that particular one, but basically the gentleman was missing his wife, and it was a real, playing on the heartstrings, which is so interesting. And it's so funny that on social media, which is so distant, where nobody even talks to anybody anymore, but yet we're pulling on the heartstrings. So I thought that was a really interesting one. What were people saying were other winners in addition to that?
So other winners, I think across the board, big tech as a category was the biggest winner. So the Alexa one with Ellen DeGeneres was, people really liked that. They thought it was sort of comical, and it was a sort of dig on what was life like before Alexa. So, I think adding in humor into these ads was
Did you like that one?
I liked it. Did you like it?
I didn't love it.
Oh,
I didn't love it. I thought, it's okay. I happen to like Ellen, so I didn't love it. I did love the Reese's ad. I thought that was funny. Do you live under a rock? Are you from another planet? I thought that one was funny and had some good humor. I enjoyed the Doritos ad with the Western theme and the dancing horse. I thought that worked. Did you think either of those worked?
Yeah, I thought they were good. I think it's so hard because these advertisers are spending millions of dollars trying to reach consumers in such different verticals. So across the board, I don't think anyone's really going to love the same ads, but I think the biggest takeaway of all of this was that halftime show. I think if we look at social media and who is divided over what, it is the halftime show. My feed is definitely blowing up today over that, where, 50% of the country thought it was amazing and the other 50% thought it was not family friendly.
So in the end, yeah, that's very interesting, right? Not family friendly versus, wow, the best show ever, and so much work that goes into it. So what's the takeaway in the money side of things? We are a business network. So, if you have a good ad, you spend a lot of money, you theoretically make more money. How much goes into it, and how much is their takeaway afterwards?
I think the takeaway, you have every, CMO today and over the next few weeks who's really going to be looking at how do these ads perform. So I think it's still a little too early to say, because in terms of the business takeaways, we want to see, the call to actions, right? So how many downloads, how many new signups, how many, impressions converted to sales. And so that's going to be the takeaway to see from a media buying perspective where we want to allocate resources next year for these Super Bowl ads in terms of what worked and what didn't work. So it's still too early to see all of that, but that's what we need to see in order to make the best business decision around that.
Yeah, I saw Groundhog Day. We just had that. That was one of the best. Pop-Tarts and Hard Rock failed to connect, apparently. All right, yeah. Kris Ruby, thank you, CEO of Ruby Media Group.